I understand. I know. I'm late as balls when it comes to this series. Doing all that work I had to do last week, I should say, and also doing all a bunch of stuff that everybody else wanted me to do, and I didn't have time on my own. Also put this story in many different uploads, pushed back. But anyway, today is episode 2 of the Koikatsu story, and we're going to be trying to figure out what the actual hell is going on in this universe. If you haven't previously saw episode 1 of season 2, we just went to the high school DxD world with Lamine and Blue, and pretty much we got to see Konako. However, Konako didn't recognize us, and she must have forgotten us somehow, and it was a bit confusing. Then we also went on a date with Blue, kind of got a little bit about her backstory to learn a little bit more about her, and pretty much got her to trust us now. And essentially, also we had to talk to Sona, who also forgot about us, but thankfully she remembered who we are somehow. And essentially, we also asked for a favor to talk to her tomorrow. So that's pretty much where we're starting off with. So in episode 2, when it comes to the swing of things, we have me and Sona pretty much just on the rooftop talking and kind of continuing the discussion about from yesterday. And so I'm telling Sona about everything that has happened with the safe haven, pretty much going down the route of pretty much saying what Junko has done, pretty much saying what happened to the safe haven, and all of this stuff, just filling Sona in on things. And I'm like, that's all I know. And Sona's just like, I see. And you came all this way to save Konako? And I'm just like, she's too important. I can't just leave her with him. Besides, who knows what Junko might do if she gets too far in despair. I need to save her as soon as possible. Besides Konako, Blue is another mystery. She actually has an existence outside the dream I had. All this is just too complicated. And Sona comes up and be like, well, while I was here, I noticed a few changes to the world I remember and the one we are in. I'm surprised I didn't notice this before. And I'm just like, what kind of changes? And so Sona basically explains what's going on. And she's just like, you're familiar with Rias' retinue, right? Well, some of the history has been altered. For starters, Kiba is dead. And I'm like, what? But how though? What? Anyway, so yeah, and Sona's just like, so Sona says, sacrifice his life to save Rias, and Gasper is still locked away. Rias is a recluse since his death and doesn't really talk to anyone anymore. And I'm just like, well, it's not her fault that he died though. But Sona chimes in and be like, he was family to her. Now Akano is picking up the pieces and struggling to do anything with it. Ozzy is the same, and so is Konako. Zenobia and Irina, well, they don't like to talk like they used to. And I'm just like, Anise? And Sona's just like, I've heard rumors that he's different too. I don't know much, but apparently he cut off his old friends and only cared for the occult club. And I'm just like, that's different, but that's not anything too crazy, And Sona's just like, even so, I have a bad feeling he's not the same person he once was. If he's changed, you need to be careful. If he is inflicted with despair, then he'll get in your way. And I'm just like, he ain't stopping me. By the way, about that favor, can you get Rias to talk to me? And essentially Sona's just like, N-word, did you not hear what I just said? Did I just not say that she doesn't, mess with people? Like, are you actually ridiculous? But anyway, Sona's just like, Rias doesn't talk to anyone anymore, as I said. But we'll see what I can do. I take it this is about gaining her trust. I can see why Konako loves you. Your willingness is not to be mocked at, even if it's not a sure win. I'm just like, it's all for her sake. And I smell something sweet in the air, and I'm just like, also, you're not wearing panties, aren't you, Sona? And so Sona's just like, huh? What the fuck? She's like, huh? What? I didn't even, how did you even know that? I'm just like, you're wet too. Shame. You're fond of me, Sea-Tree. You're trying to ride some of this Black Fox magic. You're trying to ride this Keyblade over here. And so Sona's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I smell cherries. I smell them down there. I can help you with that, but you gotta tell me, Sona. I'm just having fun with this one at this point. Anyway, Sona just like, and so I come back in and I'm just like, imagine if the whole school saw you dripping down the hallway. You know, that would be kind of insane. So Sona's just like, just do me quickly. And so essentially, I just pounded Sona's cheeks from the east to the west, pretty much in every single position that I can probably try to find a way to do. So, you know, getting some of that Sona action was actually really nice. I'm surprised Sona was actually a good, you know, it was a good time. Like, if we're being perfectly honest, I didn't think I was gonna get so much excitement from Sona. But even with a flat ass chest that she has sometimes, you know, she's pretty damn good. So Act 2 of the story comes in, and Blue is just naked looking around for something. I don't know why she's naked, she just is. That's again, Blue is, just to say again, Blue is weird. She does blue things. That's just how she is. Anywho, and after that whole meeting with Sona, I'm back at the house now, obviously. And so, I'm just looking at Blue naked ass, and I'm just like, you alright, Blue? What are you looking for specifically? Or is he good? And Blue pretty much explained the dream that she had in the forest, you know, about that other girl that asked for help, that, you know, needed some help from Blue. And essentially Blue's just like, I want to help her. And so I'm just like, so you're saying there's another girl like you that might be born from the dream world? Another despair girl. Well, if you think they might exist, then we should try to find her. No certainty she exists in this world though, but we could try it. And so, but I'm like, and Blue giving me a nice ass smile, you know, she looking happy. But I'm just like, put some clothes on first. I ain't finna let your sexy ass walk out that door and let everybody take a good view at you. The hell, you mine. Anyway, point is, we basically went on the hunt and looked for this girl all over the city. And pretty much looked everywhere we could. The music shop, from the cafes, pretty much everywhere we could probably go into the city, and we couldn't find her anywhere. And we just ended our search right at the park because, you know, that's the only last place we didn't check. But even checking her there, the girl wasn't there. And so we don't know where she is or who that person is. And I'm just looking at Blue like, well, Blue, we looked everywhere we can. I'm not sure she's here in this world. Are you sure you didn't misdream it or something? And then as soon as I say that, despair entered the world and flooded the area like your hoe on a Tuesday. And pretty much, well, you know, a mysterious lady appeared. And so she's just like, so, is this where you were, Blue? You dare forsake Lord Junko? What are you trying to accomplish? I, Shoko Toyokawa, will give you both swift death and true despair. Or, you will live the rest of your lives to serve Junko and Oshima. And I'm just looking at her now, and I'm seeing what Blue has been talking about this entire time with the dream. And I'm just like, so, I'm guessing this is the girl we were looking for? Yeah, of course, Junko would have to get to her. Of course. No one makes this easy for me. No one. Anyway. So yeah, at this point, I'm just kind of getting fed up with all this despair nonsense. And I'm just like, look, I don't care what Junko wants. But I have no reason to give a damn about despair. Blue, and then somehow Blue noticed that Shoko was, you know, acting a bit off than what she thought she would be. Something ain't necessarily right. And I'm just like, we got this, Blue. Don't worry about this girl. We'll get her. And so basically Shoko is now just like, you know, sick of it as well of this entire conversation. She's just like, so you're against despair? Fools. I will crush your bones into dust for her. To her, I'm precious. I am the one who will give her the world of despair. I am Indomitable. And so, with that being said, we have to go on to the last act, which is Act 3. And essentially, Shoko just says, enough! And then just dashes for Blue. Just straight up. Not even a little bit of hesitation. Just straight up goes for Blue. Out of nowhere. I'm just like, Blue! And blocking the attack by somehow getting the Keyblade? Where did the Keyblade come from? Anyway, point is, I'm trying to hold this back as fast as I can. It's not really going the way I want it to because damn, this girl is strong somehow. I don't know how, but she is. And so I'm just like, Blue, you need to go ahead and run, because this girl is stupid strong. Like, I'm barely holding on right now. And so Blue is just looking at Shoko, and at the same time remembering all the stuff that has happened between me and her during that date, and all the stuff about, you know, me being there for her always, and, you know, all that stuff that happened last time when we were just out there alone with each other. And so Blue took all this into account, and she even had enough of all this. And so Blue simply just says, reject. And somehow Shoko gets pushed back with such unbelievable force. How? I'm not necessarily sure, but Shoko seems surprised. Shoko is just like, how did you... And then she starts thinking to herself, I see. So you called the power out too. Juko told me I was the only one that could do that. And so Blue had just straight up enough of her again, and she just like rejects for the second time. And this time Shoko flies back again, except her clothes disappear, just pretty much get ripped apart. And essentially same thing happens to Blue, because you don't know what this power is. And I highly doubt Blue has any type of control of whatever this, you know, force that she has is. So yeah, Shoko's clothes is just ripped off. She's surprised about it. Blue doesn't have any clothes anymore on. Pretty much doesn't have any more clothes really. And so I'm just getting up from after blocking Shoko's attack, and I'm just like, what in the world did you just do, Blue? And then I'm looking down at the Keyblade, and I'm just like, more importantly, where did the Keyblade come from? And so Shoko just pushed back all the way behind the fountain, and she's just like, this is bad. I gotta retreat for now. And so Shoko is just like, that girl is using the spirit energy as well? Shit! That's more than I can handle. And I'm like hell you're gonna leave, Shoko. I'm cutting your ass down, bitch. Anyway, by the time I'm about to start just going ahead and go hand with the Keyblade, don't know how I got it, but I'm gonna use this damn thing. Blue starts having a headache, and it's not really going well for her because of her new ability, which, you know, you don't know what it's from and where it came from, really. So, of course, you're not going to be necessarily fully yourself anymore. Or at least you're not going to have... There's going to be some backfiring stuff that happen to you, pretty much. And essentially, I'm taking my eyes off of Shoko for a second just to tend to Blue because I don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, Blue, you alright? What even was that power? And so by the time I start looking back to see Shoko, obviously she's not there anymore. And essentially I'm just like, who even was she? How did she know Blue's name? Actually, maybe I should get Blue home before I start asking these questions. And so I'm just at this point just ready to take Blue home because obviously she's not doing well. Blue was feeling off about this entire thing because to her, it's just really strange. She was wondering why Shoko attacked her because, you know, in the dream, she asked for help. So this is just entirely confusing Blue. And that is all for this one. Now, I'm probably not going to wait too much longer to, you know, make the episode 3 of things because I kind of want to just go ahead and do it, considering that the pacing of uploading these videos when it comes to the Koikatsu story is very slow. And I do deeply apologize for that. But I haven't really had time to be doing anything. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of these stories out of the way, and, you know, go ahead and get something going down too. Also, I'm probably going to do another back-to-back episode by the time my birthday rolls around next month because, you know, I'm not going to necessarily be at home at that point. But again, that's a whole month off and we'll have to see what's going on with that. Not to mention there's many more uploads I need to actually catch up on and try to release and do. So, you know, we'll have to see what comes out. We'll have to see what happens, you know, as time progresses. Also, huge announcement when it comes to Koikatsu's story. There is actually going to be a whole nother character that actually I just put out yesterday. Who is a lolly character, and which is a character for Lolicon Pride Month. And essentially, if you want to see what that character looks like, you can go ahead and go to Twitter and you can take a peek at who that character is. And I shall also mention there is another character in the works who is going to be a dark skinned character and who is heavily inspired by Shinyan from Genshin. So, you know, expect a nice black dark skinned girl coming to the story soon. Don't know when, but expect both of those characters to be coming to the story soon. And yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much all the announcements and all the stuff I wanted to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to share, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification on the way out. Also follow me on Twitter to talk and like to donate to the channel. Patreon and Ko-Fi is available as well. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.